Hey guys, can I hear you guys? Chase,
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you clearly.
uh,
Hello.
and Lucy, you
Yes.
okay?
Yes. You hear me?
I
Yes, we
think
can hear.
I hear just a little bit.
Okay. Can you hear me better?
Okay, Chase, do you hear Gianluigi? I think it's a bit small, right? The volume.
I think all good for man.
Okay.
I try to speak louder.
Okay. So, are you guys ready? We're gonna start right now.
I'm ready.
Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to another community call of OpenGuild. My name is Pia, and I'm gonna be your host for today's talk. So for this streaming series, OpenGuild collabs with Polkadot Insider. Join our OpenGuild community for technical sessions and exciting talks about the Polkadot ecosystem as well as the Web3 world. Our topic today is how Polkadot empowers cross-chain decentralized finance, or DeFi. So I think it's a very interesting topic as DeFi can be considered as an important narrative within the blockchain space. So without further ado, we need our two speakers. A warm welcome to our first speaker. His name is Tin Chung, and he is the developer relation engineer at OpenGuild. Okay, I can see you now. Hi. And our second speaker, Gianluigi Davizi. He is the founder of Kylix Finance. I hope that I don't butcher your name, though.
Just perfect. It was perfect.
Okay, so Kylix Finance, you guys, has been selected to receive a grant from Web3 Foundation. So we will hear more about it later in our chat today. So I know that you guys are PBA graduates. Was it the same period?
Actually, we are no. Most of us we are coming from Hong Kong, PBA, and we have one additional one developer that came from PBA Singapore. That's a very recent addition, but most of the team is coming from Hong Kong.
Oh, I
I
see.
think the technology coming from in the Hong Kong cohort, and I'm in a Singapore cohort. We met once in the
I,
closing part of the Singapore.
Yes. I remember. Nice.
I see. I see. So it's good to have you guys here today. So before I let you guys talk, let me go through our agenda today. So everyone, our speakers will go one by one to talk about their sessions. And Tin will go first, and his part will cover about DeFi, cross-chain capability, and how it supports DeFi. Also, how Polkadot can enable cross-chain capability. So Tin, are you ready? I'll leave it to you.
Okay, thank you, Pia. Hi guys. Great to see you guys again after 2 weeks, and it's good to be here. Today we're gonna learn about like how Polkadot empowers cross-chain decentralized finance, and we have like Finance, and in the first section I'm gonna give you guys like a walkthrough of like the background of Polkadot's tech stack, and then so like you guys gonna have like a deep dive knowledge onto like why we need this like cross-chain technology and how can it empower like Kylix Finance as well. Right. First, let me introduce a bit about OpenGuild. If you don't know about OpenGuild, so OpenGuild is a Web3 hub for like Polkadot enthusiasts in Southeast Asia region. Um, and we focus on like establishing many events and research and development project for the community to learn from for the community to on board on the Polkadot ecosystem. About myself, so I'm a PPA Wave 5 graduate, and so I just graduated recently, and I'm sort of Polkadot SDK contributor. On the other hand, I'm a DevRel a developer relation lead engineer of OpenGuild, and I'm a resident enthusiast. So in the past few months, our OpenGuild community already, contribute a lot of things to the Rust and Polkadot ecosystem by, establishing workshop and event to educate the developers in the region, learn more about the technology through Rust and also like through the Substrate framework. So about like before we go into the main content of the community call. So I just want to give you guys a quick recap on some key metric of the community. For example, like right now like the OpenGuild, we got like a 500 Discord member, approximately like 2,000 across Facebook group, 1,000 followers on Twitter, 20 community call, and also like more than like 10 offline event. And that's some key metrics that I accumulated, and I think that this would be right, and raise my store for our all the community member. So a sneak peek, like we're gonna have a community platform for OpenGuild as well. Like all you guys community member can go to the platform and then find the missions. And on the other hand, like if you check the global community core proof of participation, you're gonna see like a link to go to the member page that you guys can check your leaderboard. And on the other hand, like I think like all the community member already familiar with this news. But yeah, like there's an open contribution bounty is running, and like if you want to learn more about Substrate, want to write better open source documentation, contribute to the Polkadot ecosystem by writing technical blog or like a workshop technical activities. So feel free to join us on the open contribution bounty. And we have like 4 different tracks, as I mentioned: Substrate course, ecosystem, open source documentation, technical blog, workshop, technical activity. So like if Kylix Finance, like you guys like have any idea or any like open source documentation that you guys want to be community member of OpenGuild, like can contribute to help you guys, feel free to give us a heads up. All right. Now we go to we go to the main content. So I no longer waste your time. So what is decentralized finance? Financial system is already some a familiar digital service in the Web 2, and like with the introductions of the blockchain technology and all the Web 2 technology in general, we have the concept called decentralized finance. So decentralized finance offers the financial instrument without relying on intermediaries such as brokers, exchanges, or bank by using distributed ledger technology. All right, here we have you guys are like if you just join, if you guys just join the call, so please mute your mic. Yeah, thank you. So we go back to the slide. So why do we want a decentralized finance, and why do we need decentralized finance if we already have like a financial system out there to service nowadays, like a non-life banking system, or like yeah, with that. So like a traditional finance has a lot of problems, like constrained liquidity. So yeah, so like for one financial, I think like here is not like DeFi, it's a bit wrong, but yeah, like for a financial system, one of the important things about liquidity, and we also like gonna explore about liquidity a bit later. And I'm not a DeFi expert, and it would be great if like there's some part that I cannot explain it in the right way. Feel free to left some message, because like we also have Gianluigi right here is a DeFi expert. I have you guys to learn more about the topic. Okay, so first is about the constrained liquidity, and liquidity is like the attribute to define the healthy status of the protocol, whether it's you have enough power to swapping to converting between the like an asset on the protocol. And the other one is like silo access. So yeah, the isolated nature of yeah, I think this slide is a bit wrong. Anyway, yeah, okay, so let's say like it's a problems. It should be a problems of decentralized finance. So based on what we learned about decentralized finance, and it's also have some problems about like constrained liquidity, silo asset, and limited scalability in reduced capital efficiency. Why it happens? Because like right now, if you have like some protocol like Ethereum, like Ethereum, like Polkadot, like Solana, and you have like a lot of you have a lot of DeFi protocol built on top of it. So each of them, gonna help to draw in a lot of liquidity into the blockchain, into the protocol. In that way, like the liquidity right now is fragmented, and then like the user experience also is fragmented, and in that way, like there's a limited number, there's a constrained liquidity that you cannot share across all the protocol. For example, like if you build on one application on Solana, and you use the liquidity pool of a Solana protocol, then like if you build another application on Polkadot, then like the two applications cannot share the same liquidity pool, right? And in that way, like you have, there must be some kind of way to cross communicate between these two protocols to help share the liquidity pool. And so let's tackle some problems of decentralized finance. No, it should be like tackle some problem of traditional finance. Okay, so traditional finance have a problems of like just less. Like traditional finance has a problem of just less, permissionless, and transparency and cross-border payment. And this is all kind of some of the attributes that decentralized finance try to tackle the problems of the traditional finance. And as I say, like liquidity, and we already give explanation on the liquidity, why is it important on DeFi already. So why do we want the cross-chain decentralized finance if we already have, let's say, decentralized finance already? And I said like first multi-chain deployment. The second one would be the user experience fragmentation, and the third one would be the liquidity fragmentation. And to explain it again, like right now, like we have like thousands of blockchain out there, and each blockchain try to build their own DeFi ecosystem. And because like DeFi is a core part of one blockchain, and it draw in a lot of traffic and also like draw in a lot of liquidity into the blockchain. And somehow like the total value lock of one blockchain is also a way for them to like indicate the healthy status of one blockchain. And by that way, like the money just keep fragmented and then flowing to like this single blockchain without any kind of method for them to connect with. And also like have a visualization right here for you guys to understand it more. So let's say you got like chain A, chain B, chain C, chain D, and then like you already like the chain A already like repair like with the liquidity A after a few years, and then like chain B also with the liquidity B, liquidity C, and liquidity D as well. But on that way, like any kind of application, if you build a DeFi application on top of one protocol of chain A, your application only sits on top of the chain A. If the chain A and chain B doesn't have any kind of like cross-chain communication, then you have to do the multi-chain deployment. That means like you have to deploy your application to another blockchain as well. Let's take like Ethereum and like blockchain as an example. So like you got like for example like Uniswap, and then Uniswap sit on top of like Ethereum, and then the Uniswap it have like their own liquidity provider to provide the liquidity to the Uniswap application. And this swapping functionality works very well on Ethereum. And like let's say like if Uniswap also want to target at the user pool of Binance Smart Chain or Polygon, which is like the another like, EVM compatible blockchain, then how can they do it? And then like the only way for them to do is the multi-chain deployment, right? Because like now we support like we don't have like any bridging method right here yet. So that's the reason why we need like cross-chain decentralized finance, or I can say like we have a cross-chain functionality sit on top of like the liquidity of some blockchains, to revise, to power, to empower, and then like to give it the ability to do like some cross-chain decentralized finance solution. And then like we got like one central liquidity hook right here called a shared liquidity. So how does Polkadot empower cross-chain capabilities? So there's a different cross-chain method in Polkadot. First it's gonna be like SCMP or like RMP, VMP, but like we don't have to care about it. Just think about it as like a cross-chain message passing. which is like a protocol for like the parachange or like the block change in the Polkadot protocol to communicate with each other. And then like the high-level language format for cross-chain messaging is called like the SCM, which is like the language is used inside the parachain runtime to communicate with other parachain runtime. The other ways, which is quite familiar with most of the blockchain enthusiasts out there, is the bridging method, and we also like have a few solutions out there like that apply the bridging method like Interlace, NoBridge, or recently we also have a Hyperbridge, which is a bridging method, but with like snag in power or like a cryptographic. We can say like it's a cryptographic bridging method. So and right now like Polkadot cross-chain map, so like Polkadot is one of the most enriched ecosystem where like all the protocol can cross-chain communicate with each other easily to using the shared security features and so like cross-chain capabilities of Polkadot. We have like some common use case here like Moonbeam or like Parallel, right? And look at and I call like this illustration because it gives you like an idea on like what kind of connection is the CMs and what kind of connection is from other bridges. For example, like we have a case here from Composable Finance, and I sort of talk about it on later slide. And Composable Finance is a solution sit between the Polkadot network and also like and the Cosmos ecosystem using like the using ECM and IBC of the two cross-chain functions of two network to commit connect the whole two multi-chain network together. And that's really great. And yeah, so we're gonna discover a bit about the production use cases. So first we have like Bioforce, which like introduced the solution called like the liquid stacking, like introduce solution called like a stacking liquidity provider or SLPX, and applying the V token there. We have like the Polkadot forum link right here, and I'm gonna send the link to the Discord channel. So if you guys like want to learn about it, feel free to learn. Feel free to read the Polkadot forum post. So how Bioforce work? So based on my understanding, so far, like after reading a few articles, so like Bioforce like is have a thing called like liquidity, like stacking liquidity provider, and then this is integrated on like the protocol level. For example, like on the Ethereum, it's gonna write its own like SLB smart contract, and then it's deployed on Ethereum. And then on the other hand, like it's also have an XLB deployed on like Moonbeam and deployed on other like protocol like Polkadot as well. And then like by the way, like what does this liquidity provider or work? So like both chain gonna have its own LSP, and then like the application can make use of this LSP functionality deployed on exchange, and whenever you it's a stacking provider, so whenever you can like use the capabilities of Bioforce to mint a new like V token, which is a stacking token of Bioforce, but on the protocol level. And then there's many other applications can build using the Bioforce solution. For example, like support users to mint redeem V token on the target exchange, or expand the application of V token on liquidity on the Bioforce exchange, and support the cross-chain swap and liquidations. And Bioforce also like use SCMs, and the Polkadot forum post also mentioned about the liquid stacking vision, that like using the SCM of like Bioforce. And Bioforce like just tackle all these problems of that we mentioned before about the multi-chain deployment, user experience fragmentation, liquidity fragmentation, by applying the features, the messaging, the cross-chain messaging feature of Polkadot, which is SCM. Yeah, right here, like there's an illustrations of Bioforce using the SCMv3. And we also have another case about like Composable Finance, and I already mentioned about it in some brave slides before, that like Composable Finance have its own network like Picasso, and then the Picasso sit between the zip between all the network with Polkadot. And this Picasso is basically like a substrate-based network, and then like apply like XCM to connect like the protocol built on top of Polkadot with all the protocol, for example like Cosmo, to connect together, and then like can it's also a bridging solution as well, but like focus more on DeFi. Right, so now move to another case with Kylix Finance, and it would be raised because we have the founder of Kylix Finance here. So yeah, hello Pia.
Hello.
Okay. So thank you, Tim, for giving us a clear insight of DeFi, and definitely dig deep in blockchain technology on Polkadot. So for our next part, we will get to know more about Kylix Finance and their exciting Web3 Foundation grant. Gianluigi, I'll leave it to you.
Sure. Actually, first of all, thanks a lot for the opportunity to talk here, and really grateful to discuss Kylix. Actually, probably is the biggest discussion of Kylix that I'm going to have. The first one was at Decentralized, at the Polkadot Decoded. And I really like actually your introduction you have made about DeFi. You can give maybe also a bit of my experience with the traditional finance. Most of my background comes from traditional finance, especially lending products, because I used to work in challenger banks in Germany, Mexico, and in Italy. And I can tell you the whole technological, fintech, financial technology infrastructure, especially the European one, is pretty behind other countries, Asia, even Mexico, because the technology itself born pretty in ancient times, even in times before even the internet era. Therefore, we have system just to do transaction between banks that still rely on big batch processes, XML files, SEPA protocols. Generally, it's a very old infrastructure that is creating a lot of problematic in European countries. Like a bank settlement arrives sometimes after 2 days once it has emitted. This is, of course, it's a problem. On the other side, it gives space for innovation. But the real problem with traditional finance is that most of the treasury process logics are not transparent, are not like in the blockchain. Therefore, there are a lot of middlemen that you don't actually know what is going to happen with the treasury, with the money that you provide. And of course, you need to have trust. There is no truth. I mean, this is a topic that is recently came out. It means that the problem for internal jobs or fraud is sometimes happens. I mean, it can be high in certain situations. Nowadays, we live in an opposite situation where the financial technology is extremely regulated. Is regulated to the point of innovation. That means that bringing innovation in the financial technology, in traditional financial technology, is very difficult nowadays. That's why I moved from traditional finance to decentralized finance. So this is a permissionless state, and the possibility, the transparency, and being an alternative settlement to the traditional, of course, financial system, it gives the possibility to bring a real innovation to society. And I want to talk actually about Kylix Finance, and Kylix Finance born in Hong Kong with me and other 4 guys. We met in Hong Kong in the PBA, Polkadot Blockchain Academy, and we essentially had the vision to create something that could bring value to blockchain projects, decentralized apps that are running on Polkadot. The point is we want to increase the capital efficiency of any possible project that holds a token. Generally, tokens that when they are emitted, they sit idle in the wallets of people. There's not really a direct way to use them. Instead, lending pools and also the permissionless way to create a lending pool and the possibility to lend a token creates it creates essentially gives an opportunity where you can earn a value lending your own tokens. So the plan is exactly this one. We want to, in a collaborative way, bring the opportunity to increase the capital efficiency of the Polkadot ecosystem, and also especially to enrich the Polkadot DeFi ecosystem. It's very evident that there is no in Polkadot any DeFi lending application on chain. Most of the lending projects on Polkadot are all on the smart contracts, so they run on an EVM platform. And this is actually a drawback because people need to use it can use a pure substrate-based wallet, but they need an EVM compatible wallet like MetaMask. This is an additional user barrier that didn't help to increase the liquidity in those protocols. And there is actually a very interesting project called the Interlay that they offer on-chain lending features. The problem is that the Interlay it's a parachain that is dedicated to create a bridge between BTC, Bitcoin, and Polkadot. In addition, they have lending, but this is not the value proposition. I love the Interlay project, but their main value proposition is not lending. So the plan here, the idea, and the added value we want to bring is to create a whole parachain dedicated with an advanced project around the product for lending with a sharing infrastructure for on-chain collateral liquidation. If you want, I can share my own slides.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
You see? So, how do we value? Can you see the slide? Actually, I move it to the second one. I guess. Yes. So. You hear me?
Can hear you.
Okay, fantastic.
We can see your screen as well. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So, as I was saying, how we do define the value of a DeFi project. Essentially, the value of a DeFi project is defined by a different set of metrics. The most important is the capital efficiency. So, the ability to generate a profit, so a capital gain. Anyone present in this chat or in this video call, when it's using a financial service, it's using to have a benefit. It's not potentially using a financial service to lose money. So they want to get a profit, based on a risk, of course. On the other side, we have the intrinsic risk of the financial service. So generally, when in a financial service, there is a direct correlation between these two factors, capital gain and the risk. In the moment we are able to increase the capital efficiency and instead lower the risk, we have a financial product that is extremely attractive for liquidity. We have seen also in other chains like Ethereum, Cosmos, that liquidity protocols, they have an incredible total value locked because they are very strong liquidity attractors due to the low risk of their financial service. That's why the status quo is that Polkadot now doesn't have really a service like this, so it has a growing need for DeFi to increase the ecosystem capital efficiency and attract corporate liquidity in VC enterprise, institutional, but also retail liquidity. So the problem, as I stated, is we have an underdeveloped capital efficiency, and we need a system that allows crypto asset to generate value in any market condition. So we are in a bearish market, we generate capital value. We are in a bull market, we generate capital value. And there is why we are doing this, because we want to boost the whole Polkadot capital efficiency that at the moment is low compared to other ecosystems like Ethereum or like Cosmos. If you can see just by DeFi Llama, Ethereum has a dozen of lending protocols, and Cosmos have 5 or 6 different ones. So the current parachains, the market need is that now the implementation lack a full comprehensive on-chain and cross-chain lending solution. On-chain, because we don't want another lending platform that is running on EVM, so it's running on smart contracts, but we want on-chain logic running on Substrate with all the benefits of the case, including a speed of execution. And cross-chain, because we need to interconnect this parachain with the other system. So let's create an example. If you guys are creating a gaming platform and you issue your own token, Kylix you will be able to create on Kylix your own lending pools where to lend your own token and increase the capital efficiency of your token. So people will be able to borrow it up to collateral. And at the moment there is a solution like that. There is a cross-chain lending platform with the on-chain marketplace for liquidating collaterals, and I'm going to talk very soon about the marketplace because liquidation of collaterals is a topic that ensures the stability and the security of the platform. So the opportunity is that we want to enable parachain crypto asset in any market condition to safely generate returns, as I said, instead of sitting idle in your wallet, in order to significantly increase the Polkadot capital efficiency. And this is the opportunity that we want to take down with our solution that is called the Kylix Finance. An advanced lending platform with a structure for on-chain collateral liquidation. So it's a composable multi-chain on-chain asset lending platform. It has an automated treasury to reward the incentivized lenders to provide liquidity, and this is an innovation because the system will automatically collect borrower fees and liquidation fees in one account, the treasury. So all the fees that borrowers are paying to lenders, a part of these fees goes in the treasury, and when the collaterals are liquidated, there is a liquidation fee that gets collected by the system. And with this treasury is redistributed, is shared amongst liquidity providers. Liquidity providers so are incentivized to provide the liquidity. And of course, we have this on-chain collateral liquidation marketplace. The marketplace has a very important function. Every time that someone is borrowing an asset, needs to put a collateral to secure his debt position. In the moment that the person is not able to repay his debts, the system takes ownership of the collateral and sell it in order to repay back the lenders. There are some systems at the moment, like Aave, that is using bots. Instead, we are using a marketplace to allow everyone to buy the collateral for discount. We have also some innovation, so we want to implement some new credit risk technologies. My expertise is mostly in credit worthiness for retail and corporate. And for instance, this is the innovation that no one has, that the debt position is determined by the quality of the collaterals. It's like someone of you can have a collateral position made in Polkadot, and someone else of you instead has a debt as a collateral made of debt or meme coins. So even if both the collateral have the same value, the intrinsic nature of the asset is carry different risk. because one is a meme coin and one instead is a blue chip token. Therefore, in that position, so the ability, the loan to value ability to get a loan must be different. They cannot get also the same interest. And so we are going to implement a collateral scoring system. Then we have a permission creation of lending pools. So everyone, like in Uniswap, will be able to create its own lending pool and will be able to lend his own liquidity. So the system will be able to allow the creation of these pools, and the people will be able to teleport the asset from Parachain to Kylix, and it provide the liquidity to be borrowed. And also another interesting part is that we will have a polynomial interest rate to enforce optimal utilization rates of the lending pools, in the terms that lending rates at the moment that are implemented in Aave and in Compound V2, they are linear. They have a linear interest rate. Instead, we want, I don't know if you see my mouse, my cursor, we want to implement a new polynomial type of lending pools that enforce the optimal utilization of a lending pool up to 80% in order to have always a 20% of liquidity. This ensures that there is always other liquidity, so lenders are always able to exit the pool, to withdraw the liquidity that they lend. Nowadays we have some lending pools, some lending protocols, where all the liquidity is borrowed. Therefore, the lenders are not able anymore to exit their position. And this is really a problem. Because you want to have the security to be able to lend, but you want also have the security to be able to withdraw the liquidity in the case you need. And the lending pools parameter, of course, the system allows to create permissionless lending pools, but all the pools parameters are also changeable through DAO proposal. So if you create a lending pool with specific parameters like optimal utilization rate of 90% and it's too high for the community can raise a proposal and lower the optimal utilization rate. So the polynomial rates, the utilization rates, all these parameters of a pool can be changed through governance. And here we are again on the marketplace, and the marketplace works like a queue. Essentially, people are able to make a bid, make a buy order, a margin buy order, with a discount for a collateral. A collateral in the moment gets liquidated because the borrower keeps his loan, but the lenders needs to be repaid. Therefore, the collateral is sold to this market. And this market execute a buy position through these orders. If the bid orders have enough volume, like 1%, all the collateral is sold for 1% discount, the lender is repaid, and the borrower keeps his loan. And this solution allows to buy a collateral up to 15% discount. Probably it will be even 20 in some cases, because every single asset will have its own marketplace. And of course, more discount you're going to lower is your possibility, let's say, probability that your order will fill. Of course, first are executed all the orders that belong to 1%, then that's executed all the orders to 2%, and so forth. So you place a bid, you select the type of discount that you want, and this order is waiting that a collateral needs to be liquidated. And this is an arbitrage opportunity for users, because they can buy an asset for a discount. And also here there is an automatic liquidation fee collection. So every time that a liquidation takes place, there is a liquidation fee that goes straight into the treasury account. So the whole process is automated for the treasury. So the treasury is collecting borrower fees, liquidation fees, also network fees that are going into the Kylix treasury, and the treasury then redistributes 30%, 35% to lender rewards, as a rewards to lenders, 30% to Kylix stakers, so people that are able, will stake the Kylix token, the native Kylix token, that has a 5% inflation model plus this treasury. Then there is a 20% that is allocated to the governance for public goods. So the governance will redistribute this asset to publicly, that can be to the main Polkadot treasury or also directly to who was asking, in order to execute public goods for the Polkadot community. And then a 50% is reserved to the team development to make the product sustainable. Our roadmap, that at the moment we executed we get a grant from Decentralized Finance. We talk about that, and we're going to release something at the end of the year on testnet. We wanted to complete funding OpenGuild. Now there is an OpenGuild running proposal, and this roadmap is a bit outdated, but we release the first on Paseo, and then in 2025 we will release on Polkadot. And releasing on Polkadot is a very resource-consuming operation. If you think that auditing a pallet costs up to $50,000 a single pallet. So one thing is to develop the platform, and one thing is to be able to release the project on Polkadot. And we want to be audited, of course, because we cannot afford any DeFi project is working with the asset of the people, and it's their duty to be extremely secure in order to keep the trust of the people. And we are, compared to this is a recap of all the topics that I said before. That our most valuable position that we are on-chain lending pools, and we have action liquidity collaterals that no one has. So we bring innovation on the Polkadot ecosystem, and especially we are a market leader because there's nothing like that at the moment. So just to recap all the innovation, Kylix is an on-chain lending platform holding cross-chain asset. It features automated treasury for fee collection. It holds an on-chain marketplace. The debit position are determined by the quality of collaterals. The platform force optimizes the using innovative polynomial rate, and Kylix allow permission and creation lending pools with parameter changeable via DAO governance. To conclude, our vision is that we wanted to pioneer a new era of lending by leveraging capital efficiency of existing popular platforms to incentivize on-chain asset lending. And at the moment, there's not like it is. Why we're doing this? Because we believe Polkadot DeFi ecosystem is still behind other ecosystems like Ethereum, Cosmos, Solana, and we want to enrich the Polkadot DeFi ecosystem. This is actually our team. That's actually we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people from PBA Hong Kong, and we have Ilaria that joined us recently from PBA Singapore. The story is that we all met in Hong Kong, and I had personally this passion for lending protocols, and I was searching something on Polkadot, and essentially I didn't find anything, and that's why I involved all these people to work with me to create this project. And at the moment we are supported by a block team that is consultancy company. They are ex-Parity guys, and they're working on their software company that they will help to deliver this project that is technically very complex. We have Arbo Industrial Capital, that is AVC, that is still not ready. They will help. They are helping us to secure a parachain slot. They, as we see, they will be ready in 1 year, but at the moment they are helping us for their production. And then we will probably run also around on Polymec, because in order to acquire liquidity, bootstrap liquidity to run the platform. Anyway, Polymec hasn't started yet. It is something that will come in the future. And yeah, we need to see. Of course, it's a bet. We will see actually the outcome of our token selling from Polymec. We are running now. I mean, we are starting to discuss a collaboration with several parachain. One that we're discussing is Akala. Essentially, our first the first value proposition that we will give to them will be to create some lending pools with dedicated to their assets. And also, very likely, we will do some airdrops to the Akala community. And that's it, actually. This is most of everything. I gave actually a very high level, but I think also deep explanation of the service that we want to create. And what else? Well, we have actually a very defined Genesis token allocation. Well, most of them it's treasury, liquidity mining, founders, employees, airdrop, strategic fund, and development. So we have a total supply of 1 billion, and like 10% or 50% will be dedicated to Polymec. And that's it. Our decentralized future grant actually was pretty good for us because gave a lot of trust to Elio of the team and the value proposition we want to deliver. And yeah, it's a project. It's a grant that has been delivered to us in. It will be delivered in 6 months, with 35% of the grant in Polkadot invested stocks. So we will receive it in 2 years. Are there any questions?
Yeah. I think that's a very amazing presentation. Learn a lot from that. Yeah. Personally, I have a lot of questions.
Sure.
I love Kylix. I think I really love like your idea. Like we have like Hydra DX, right? And then like when Hydra DX come out, we know that like wow this parachain is does bring the transaction of Polkadot to the next level. Like it's draw in many like swapping transactions directly on chain, and I think that's amazing to see on our DeFi parachain solutions on Polkadot as well. So in terms of like capital efficiency, does Kylix Finance like also support like the lending pool for the native dot token? Because I think like one of the problem of the dot ecosystem right now is like the Polkadot native token doesn't have many use cases, right? And
Indeed.
what do you think?
No, definitely it will support native. Actually, probably be the first we will create a lending pool dedicated to Polkadot itself. And you need to consider one thing, that it's true there is Hydra, but we don't have to make the error to think that the Hydra has to be forever the only DeFi platform of Polkadot. This is a very dangerous vision for Polkadot, because there is a lot of interest to keep the liquidity only concentrated in Hydra, but this doesn't allow any DeFi project to come out of Polkadot and have only concentrating all the DeFi in one place. First is against the principle of decentralization. Second, doesn't allow the creation of any DeFi project on Polkadot. Third is a dangerous way of thinking of Polkadot itself, because Polkadot needs a rich DeFi ecosystem, not only Hydra for everyone. I mean, we need a rich DeFi. An investor wants to invest in a rich DeFi system, not in a single point. So necessarily, an investor will go to ecosystem where the DeFi system is richer than Ethereum if we don't make the DeFi ecosystem more interesting. So,
Got it. So another question is like I imagine Kylix Finance is like Uniswap, right? And on because like Uniswap is just like basically a decentralized application. So like I saw like you mentioned about like permissionless lending pool,
yeah.
an interesting point. So about like Uniswap, like it's create a whole like market maker. It's become like an automated market maker for like the Ethereum
Yes.
ecosystem where like anyone like can list their token and create a lending pool for it. So in terms of Kylix Finance, because it's on the protocol level, and it's like more like a DeFi project. So how does it work as an automated market maker where the tokens coming from, and so like
No, I can tell you one thing. The idea of the permissionless lending pool comes straight from Uniswap. So Uniswap gives you the possibility to create your own liquidity pool with the pair tokens to be swapped or traded. Okay? And Kylix, in a very similar way, will allow to create your own permissionless lending pools, liquidity pools, lending pools. So the user will be able to create and activate a lending pool based on certain conditions. So the user needs, of course, to create a lending pool, but also needs to put a certain amount of liquidity, and there are some constraints that, of course, needs to be, to be done, to be executed. But the idea of the permissionless creation lending pool, it comes exactly from Uniswap and allow any token holder, any builder to create a lending pool and increase the capital efficiency of its own token, of its own asset.
yes. What I mean is, I mean like the smart contract of Uniswap, it has some decent connection to the token of the Ethereum ecosystem, right? Because the ERC20, so the ERC20 on the Uniswap, will create like a liquidity pool for the ERC20 token on Uniswap. So in terms of like Kylix Finance, because now it's on the protocol level, so I just maybe like I'm just like technical like curiosity, like just my technical curiosity. So like because it's on the protocol level, so like how you can create a connection between the token and the native token upon pair exchange with Kylix Finance. Like
Yeah, of course.
does
This is
that mean like they have to
yeah,
become one pair exchange if they want to
yes.
create a lending pool? Yeah.
Of course, we needed to create first the XCM connection between our parachain and the other parachains. So at the beginning, we will create this connection to, I don't know, maybe Asset Hub, or a Moonbeam. So it will be a progressive thing. Of course, we cannot say now everyone will be able to immediately to create landing pools with its own token. We need to habilitate the system progressively to be able to do this thing, to give this feature, this project. So it will be, let's say, the first thing we will habilitate the XCM bridge between Kylix and one parachain or asset hub. We will allow the teleportation of certain asset from one place to another. We then allow the creation of a lending pool. So probably at the beginning we will have also a list, let's say. I mean, we will try to create the biggest list as possible at the beginning. So we will do kind of a white list uh, permissioned asset list that people will be able to use to create their own lending pool. And it's a kind of experiment. Therefore, we need to operate in a secure way, in a secure approach for this feature. So as I said, first we will habilitate the bridging, then we will habilitate the teleport, and then we will allow people to create their own landing pools.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you for the answer. Another question is, I saw you mentioned about the parameters is changeable to the
Yes,
to the governance, right?
yes.
To the yeah. So is this powered by OpenGuild or Polkadot?
No, it's based on the Kylix Gov. So
Uh,
Kylix, it will have its own DAO. And through the DAO, people will be able to create their own proposal, wish for change, you know, and they will be able to vote with Kylix token, you know. So we will have our own open Gov, let's say, like
mm,
Kylix Gov.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I have another question, not related to the product, but more about the founding story. Like, how do you encourage other like team members, to join the team? Because like also like some of my like PPA graduate colleagues also like in your team as well. So yeah, I'm sort
Yes,
of interested on like how you encourage them, because I think like when you build a startup, uh, you must have like you must share a good vision with the
yes.
team member.
It's true. It's true. Actually, it's a very good question. Probably it's the first time that have been asking me something like this. I mean, at the end, people follow vision. Um, this is the first thing that they pursue. Consider that everyone that is coming from PBA is a very enthusiastic person, is very eager to work on Polkadot ecosystem and to create something that actually makes a change. We essentially, my background, let's say, is very strong in financial technologies, fintech, and lending. Lending. Even if you check my LinkedIn, I mean, I worked in bank, I worked in startups for credit worthiness, new model credit worthiness for retail, corporate. So I had a strong vision to create something innovative in lending, and all these PBA guys who joined me, they first they got excited, to the opportunity to create an innovative product. Second, they like the vision of creating a new parachain, a new service that could be used by Polkadot. Third, a service that help other parachains. You know, it's but also we need to complete everything. We need to say that the lending protocols also in other ecosystem, are very successful. Also in terms of total value locked. So everyone was motivated, of course, at the vision, by the product, by the possibility to create something new, to work on an important project, by the also by the total value locked that a project like this can reach, by the possibility that can help other parachain. There is a lot of different factors why a vision is composed, and why people want to join a project like this. Also, passion for DeFi. Not everyone has passion for DeFi, but of course, we are all passionate about the DeFi and the value that it can bring back to society, because as I said before, traditional finance is really related to the point of suffocation. Therefore, I see the only space for bringing real innovation is decentralized finance, and a lending protocol is a primitive, is a DeFi primitive that is needed in order to have a healthy ecosystem. Also, as I said, I believe that we believe that we need to improve the DeFi ecosystem of Polkadot. We cannot have only Hydra living, because this will be a damage, a really dangerous problem in the long term. Not in of course, everyone in short term sees let's concentrate the liquidity on Hydra, we are so cool, blah, blah, blah. But this will be a problem in the longer term. If an ecosystem has only one DeFi application that concentrates liquidity, it is going to be dangerous. It's a very dangerous way of thinking. So we want to enrich the DeFi ecosystem of Polkadot.
Yeah, awesome answer. I think like we have one questions from Zinzi. So okay, so basically his question is like, yeah, so like the benefit, I think like to summarize, it's gonna be like the benefit of like putting money, like putting the token into the lending pool compared with putting the token into the stack, because like you will get the interest when deposit the token into the lending pool, right? So will it be better return compared to when you stack the token? Because like the only one way to utilize the token is to stack it to the protocol, right?
You know, but there is a completely different model. I mean, consider that you earn a capital gain on the token when someone is borrowing it. So you lend it. When you lend it and no one is borrowing, you earn nothing. When someone else is borrowing, this person is paying you back an interest. So you're able to withdraw your original amount plus an interest. Staking is a different model. Staking means it is a dilution of your token. So the token itself is minted. It's an inflationary, it's a difficult word. Inflation is an inflationary model that means new token, and the token gets diluted. So the overall total supply of the token increases, and actually your tokens, yes, you have more tokens, but they, let's say, are losing value because it's an inflation model. It's inflation. Lending is not inflation. We are not creating new token out of the blue, you know. It's in this way we are increasing the capital efficiency of the token. Staking a token itself, yeah, it's diluting the token. So okay, I have a more token now, but these tokens are not coming out of the blue. They are being minted. It means that the overall value of your token is going down. So the problem that Polkadot has in let's say with 10% per year, after 3 years, the whole value of the Polkadot is below 30%. In order to be at the same price of 3 years ago, we need to have let's say an investment 30% higher, you know, than 3 years ago. So there are two different models of let's say
Yeah.
investing.
And he also asked like if there's any risk he feel like he put the token into the lending pool. I think from my understanding it's gonna be impermanent loss of the token, right? So you can
No, there's no permanent loss. There's no permanent loss. I mean, here is very different from Uniswap. This is not a liquidity pool that is doing swapping. This is a lending pool. There is one token. In the liquidity pools, there are two tokens. So Uniswap has 2 tokens per liquidity pools. Here there is 1 token for lending pools. And there is no impermanent loss. It doesn't exist here. It's a completely different model. Once is balancing 2 tokens, you know, and the impermanent loss, actually there are even 2 types of impermanent loss, but it's going to be complicated. So I'm going to be very simple. It's based on the internal rebalancing of the liquidity pool whenever there are some trades, you know. So the price changes, but also it changes the quantity that you have allocated inside the liquidity pools because it gets internally rebalanced. In the lending pools, we don't have this mechanism. It's completely different. We have assets. Part of the assets get locked as a collateral, and the part of the asset is simply borrowed. So that's it. There's no impermanent loss. You're not going to lose money to impermanent loss through the lending pool. That's why I tell you it's much safer than Uniswap attacks.
So I have my question is like, let's say I put like 1,000 dot into the lending pool, and then someone like just go collaterate to borrow like 500 dot. So and if like they don't return the token, then they lost their collateral. But then like let's say like, if the collateral is in USDC, so like my position as a lender, what I gotta get receipt back? Is this like a USDC token or like a collateral token, or the protocol gonna figure out somehow to pay me back
But
all the
no, I understand your point. Actually, this is a complex topic, but I will explain you in very simple terms. So you essentially, you're lending tokens, like say DOT, then someone else is putting a collateral. It can be I mean, DOT itself, but it doesn't really make sense because you are essentially putting a collateral of one token to generate, to borrow another type of token. But you put, let's say that you lend this 1,000 token, someone else it's buying, no, it's borrowing your token, putting, I don't know, another another token like, let's say, dead is a meme coin as a collateral. What is going to happen? This person is not able to pay you back anymore. So the collateral and debt needs to be liquidated for exactly the same amount that you have lended. This amount, it's liquidated in a stable coin, because with the liquidation are always in a stable coin, and then you get repaid. And you can choose, actually. You can choose to get repaid in stablecoin, or we can do an internal swap to to give you back the land, the lending part in the original token that you have landed, the original asset that you use to lend. So this is the liquidation are always going to be in a stable coin to ensure the correct, let's say, liquidation time. Anyway, keep in mind that the collateral is always over collateralized. Therefore, if you put 1,000, let's say Polkadot, the collateral to borrow your land needs to be at least, I don't know, 25% more that your debt position. Therefore, will be 1,000 plus 25%, let's say 1,250 Polkadot value of that token in the collateral. This is to ensure that any swap operation is made from the liquidation process, still ensure that you get your full lending assets. Sorry, it's a bit complicated, but I hope I put some light in your shed some
Yeah,
light here.
I think it's also a very good explanation. But yeah, definitely like would to learn more about the DeFi knowledge from you as well. So because like due to the constraint time of this community call, maybe like I just one wrap up questions. It's like what is the next roadmap of Kylix in the next few months? Like when will you guys like become like an official parachain?
Yeah, so essentially now we're working to the release the project first on Paseo. So we are working hard now to, now we have a set of milestone. So first milestone will be lending and borrowing, then liquidation. We will have the oracles, dashboard, portfolio, open, blah blah blah, and staking, etc. So we have set of milestone. Now we're working on the first milestone because we have got recently the Decentralized future and the grant, and then we have planned to release at the end of the year the project on Paseo. Then we were relying on the OpenGov proposal, but actually it's not going unfortunately very well due to the interest of other DeFi protocols to keep liquidity in their system rather than improving the DeFi ecosystem of Polkadot. Therefore, probably, this will slow down the, the creation, the release of Kylix on Polkadot, but moreover, we will release Kylix on Polkadot Q2 of 2025. but we will have a working version at the end of the year. And of course, we invite anyone who wants to try our product to join the test version and try out our new service. So we'll be very happy if you guys want to try Kylix once we'll be released on Paseo network.
Yeah, definitely. Just tell us, give us the news. Yeah, we will definitely give it a try. When it's coming to the testnet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Okay, so I think like that's question also like wrap off the community call today, and that's what we to have you here, Zalogy, to learn for us to learn more about the DeFi, so like to learn more about Kylix and the lending the parent lending solutions. So yeah, thank you for coming to today community call, and we hope like we're gonna see you and then like have a more community call with you in the future. And yeah, thank you, and also like thank everyone for coming to the community call today. And yeah,
Thank you. It was super my pleasure. I look forward to talk again.
thank you,
Yeah,
and see
so
ya.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tin, and thank you, Gianluigi. Pleasure to host your sessions today, and you guys been great. Thank you. A special thanks for Gianluigi for answering all the questions. And yeah, everyone, this is our end of the community call. We will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Please feel free to send me any question also on the chat.